A lot of you guys know that one of my favorite trading setups are overbought reversals. I love shorting them. And in today's live trading session with the LPP team, there was a ton of them forming. The biggest one was with NASDAQ. It pushed up to highs of 557. And the main reason that the markets were pushing up so aggressively was because of NVIDIA. NVIDIA, again, was so close to a $4 trillion market cap. I've actually seen this before when Apple hit $3 trillion for the first time. Markets were pushing up, like Nvidia was pushing up for no actual reason. There was not a fundamental change. It's not like Nvidia signed a new deal and that's why it was pushing up, earning the $4 trillion market cap. It was all based off of greed and all based off of hype. Now, again, you can never predict the future. You never know if it's actually going to correct itself. But when something pushes up within a very short period of time for no reason, it does present an opportunity. And that's what we began to talk about. We waited for this overbought reversal and we caught it beautifully in the live session. So not only did we talk about it, we prepared for it. We literally said, hey, this happened last time just with Apple. We're going to wait for signs of a resistance, right? We wait for it to push, wait for it to show signs of a resistance, and then we wait for confirmation. I set my alert for QQQ. I set my alert for Meta. I set my alert for Tesla. Really didn't do much. Tesla was just consolidating, and Tesla's been more bearish, so that one really doesn't count. But we set the alert for Google. We set the alert also for NVIDIA. The one that I was mainly focused on today was Robinhood. Robinhood itself, again, an overbought reversal as it hit highs of 94.65. For no reason. It was pushing up for no reason, just running with the hype. I made over $10,000 shorting the stock. Let me make that very clear. I do not trade options. I trade with shares. I trade with over $500,000 in my trading account. That's not the position size that I took on that trade. It was a total of 3 trades that led to that $10,000 gain, and I'm very grateful for it. But again, anytime that you see individual stocks running based off of headlines, it's not that you need to completely go against it, because if conviction, if momentum and sentiment is strong enough, it could sustain itself. It could continue to run. And that's one thing that I made very clear for our beginner traders, but it's also very important to identify when BS is BS. This thing was running just because it became the first, or was so close to becoming the first $4 trillion market cap. It didn't earn it. Right? It's just running off of greed. Markets are so irrational. Markets are so greedy, and it's a great time to be able to capitalize on it. I also wanted to share the news that supposedly Trump told XI, which is the China's president, that he will be bombing Beijing if Taiwan is invaded. Now, again, I'm trying to find another source to actually support this case, but this is following the news yesterday of China insulting Trump and saying that Trump does not represent the American people, which again, to some degree is true, but it's just this bickering back and forth. Like, why are we doing all of this and not signing any trade deals? The main thing between China and the US, I think that we can all agree, is like, how about we just zip it up and just focus on signing a trade deal with one of our biggest trade partners? I think that would make too much sense. Also, Trump took to Truth Social. President Trump says that tariffs have had zero impact on inflation. And although that is correct, right, Powell has been whining like a baby about non-existent inflation for months. Cut interest rates now, Jerome Powell. So there is some truth in it. There is no inflation that has been tracked based off of our most recent CPI data report. But if you know anything about that CPI report, you know it's a lagging indicator. It takes months for inflation that first happens with manufacturers, right? They get charged these higher tariffs, and it takes time from manufacturers to producers to get passed down to consumers, and then for those consumers to actually be reflected on those CPI data reports. So that's what Jerome Powell has made it very clear. The average American person does not understand that. They just look at Trump and say, hey, you're right, inflation hasn't gone up. Jerome Powell must be wrong. Jerome Powell's an idiot. Well, again, if you understand how it works, you understand that it takes time. And that's all that Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve has stated before, is that, hey, we want to make sure that we don't start cutting interest rates beforehand. If inflation begins to uptick, then again, we're going to put ourselves even in a worse position. So all they're waiting for is, in the next few months, making sure that inflation isn't going up, to see if these tariffs are actually non-inflationary, which again, anyone with common sense would understand that these tariffs do get passed down to consumers, and it's just a matter of time for them to be reflected in that CPI report. The last thing that I also wanted to share with you guys is kind of just from X.com. So this is, I think, with all the madness that's been happening. But after 2 years, 2 incredible years, I've decided to step down as CEO of X. So Linda is officially stepping down as CEO on X. She goes on this large rant on, she's proud of the company. She really liked the mission that they wanted to carry out of free speech and all of that. I don't know if you guys have noticed recently, but supposedly there's some issues that are going on right now with Gronk, which is like the AI of Elon Musk that is hosted on X. So something to pay attention to. But hopefully it's not anything that's going to be or add more chaos to Elon Musk and his series of companies. But again, something that we'll definitely have to follow up with, because as of right now, Tesla is not looking too hot. It's not consistently selling off. It's not making new lows just yet, but it's still looking quite bearish, and we're testing a major support range. So I would love to see markets drop. I would love to see confirmation of a break of support right around 290, and to see if we can work our way down to lows of 200. So very excited to follow up. And again, I hope to see you for tomorrow's live trading session like today, especially if you're part of our LPP team. You can rewatch our live sessions from today and watch me make those $10,000 shorting Robinhood. We talked about the plan. We waited for confirmation. And again, it's great to talk about it, but it's all about proper execution. And that's exactly what we did today. We had a handful of LPP traders make a ton of money, not just because they were trading Hood, because a lot of them weren't. They were trading their own stock that also formed an overbought reversal, and they waited for their criteria to be met. Again, in a market full of chaos, learn to be calculated. So if you want to join us tomorrow for our live trading session, second link in the description down below. You can join right now for a huge discount, and we'll see you at market open for our live session. Take care, team.